Hello and welcome to this session on T-joint on copper to M.S sheet 2 mm thick in flat position by brazing. Let us begin with the session.
Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to select and fit the correct size nozzle according to the job thickness. Prepare the job as per the drawing. Identify the basic welding positions and set the job for flat position for brazing. Select the filler rod for the joint and the type of flame. Brace the T-joint using OAW. Clean the weldment and visually inspect for weld defects. OAW, oxyacetylene gas welding, commonly referred as gas welding, is a process that relies on the combustion of oxygen and a fuel gas, typically acetylene. Oxyacetylene gas flame combination is used in most of gas welding process because of high temperature and high intensity. It is used to join different ferrous and non-ferrous metals and their alloys. These are various basic welding joints: butt joint, corner joint, edge joint, lap joint, T-joint. For this exercise, we will be using T-joint. T-joint. T-joint are formed when two pieces intersect at 90-degree angle. This results in the edges coming together in the center of a plate or component in a T shape. There are two types of weld: groove, butt weld, G. A groove weld is made in a groove between workpieces or between workpiece edges. Fillet weld, F. A fillet weld joins together two pieces of metal that are perpendicular or at an angle. For this exercise, we will be using welding positions for the fillet weld type. Flat position 1F refers to flat fillet. Flame setting is the one of the most important skill set for gas welding or brazing. Three different types of flames can be set in oxyacetylene welding torch. Neutral flame. Oxygen and acetylene are mixed in equal proportions in the blowpipe. Oxidizing flame. It consists excess of oxygen over acetylene as the gases come out of the nozzle. Carburizing flame. It receives an excess of acetylene over oxygen from the blowpipe. The selection of the flame is based on the metal to be welded. Let us list the tools required for this. Gas welding torch with hoses, valves, pressure regulators, flashback arresters, and cylinders. Steel rule. Files of various grades. Hacksaw blade with frame. Bench vise. Tri-square. Cleaning agent. Steel wire brush. Vernier height gauge. Spark lighter. Chipping hammer. Let us now discuss the preparation of workpiece for brazing. Check the dimensions of the raw material using steel rule. File both the workpieces using bastard file. Mark and cut both MS and copper sheet to a size of 150 mm by 50 mm. File and finish to the respective sizes using different grades of files. Ensure parallelism and perpendicularity using tri-square. Clean the surface with diluted hydraulic acid to remove oil, grease, paint, etc. Clean the surface of both the sheets using steel wire brush. Mark the midline of the MS sheet using vernier height gauge. Align the sheets on the welding table to get the T-joint using clamps and support. Wear safety apparel. The nozzle selection is based on the plate thickness to be welded. For a sheet thickness of 2 mm, nozzle number 5 is selected. Set the acetylene and oxygen pressure at 0.15 kgf per square centimeter on the regulators. Flux is a fusible chemical compound which is applied before and during welding to prevent unwanted chemical action. Borax is a flux used. The material added which helps to form the joint is called filler or consumable. Ignite the torch using spark lighter. Set slightly oxidizing flame to avoid zinc evaporation. Track the job at 6 locations, ensuring perpendicularity. Now, we shall discuss about the blazing process to get T-joint on copper to MS sheet. Brazing is a metal joining process which is done at a temperature of about 650 degrees Celsius. In brazing, the filler alloy flows between two closely adjacent surfaces by capillary action. Hold the blowpipe in position with the job at the right edge with the nozzle angle 60 degrees to 70 degrees with the welding line. Distance of the flame cone is 1.5 mm to 3 mm from the surface pointing leftward. Concentrate the flame towards copper sheet to reduce heat loss during brazing. Heat the filler rod to red hot using the flame. Apply flux in powder form by dipping hot filler rod. Then initiate brazing on both ends of the joint. Select the brass filler rod of 1.6 mm diameter. Deposit the filler metal along the entire length to complete the joint on one side. Repeat the same on the other side of the T-joint. Extinguish the flame and cool the blowpipe in water. Clean the weld surface with a chipping hammer and a wire brush. Cool the job slowly. Clean the job with hot water to remove the burn flux, slag. Inspect the weldment for uniformity of fusion runs. To recap, we've learned to select and fit the correct size nozzle according to the job thickness. Prepare the job as per the drawing. Identify the basic welding positions and set the job for flat position for brazing. Select the filler rod for the joint and the type of flame. Brace the T-joint using OAW. Clean the weldment and visually inspect for weld defects.
Hope you have understood all the concepts and exercises. See you in the next session.